three-line email here, literally 3 lines. These are frequently the best because it's all right there. I will read you the 3 lines from John. John writes in and says, Tom, and I'm editing here, my wife's sister gave me a BJ. He didn't say BJ. My wife's sister gave me a BJ, and my wife found out. Her sister told a friend, who told my wife. Now, John's response, and I guess John missed the whole Bill Clinton saga. John says that oral sex does not constitute having an affair. What is my opinion? Now, that's not going to be the question I'm going to ask you, so don't even get into that, because that's not my issue, okay? I mean, to me, an affair is something sustained that goes on beyond a one-time event. But is it adultery? Is it against whatever it is you promised when you got married? Yeah, it is. It's wrong. I'm no moralist, but I also happen to believe that, it is not what you bargained for when you got married. Marrying your wife doesn't mean that her sisters can come over and give you a hump. But that's not what I want to know from you, and I see all the lines lighting up, so I'm going to hang up on everybody. Okay. There. No, here's what I want to know. Have you recently been in a situation like this? Recently. I got to be honest with you. I've never been in a situation like this. And don't think I haven't fantasized about it. Don't think I haven't, slapped the old salami thinking about it. I did a chick who had a hot sister who came over and said, here, let me unzip your fly. Never happened. In fact, hearing you tell me about it will get me completely hot. Honestly, this will give me something to go home and think about tonight. Now, doesn't that be a Hummer? I mean, just be, there you are. And let's keep it to siblings, okay? Siblings of the person you're with. Brother, sister, whatever, okay? And could be same sex, opposite sex. The same sex stuff won't get me hot if you're a guy, though, so forget about that. But opposite sex stuff or 2 chicks or whatever, I want to know if this happened to you recently. Now, again, don't call me about 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. We don't care. Maybe it's going on right now. Maybe it happened last night, last week, last month. That's about all I'm interested in. I mean, I read these emails sometimes. I'm like, that never happened to me. Never. There were times I wished it had. Tell you what, I have been with chicks whose sisters were younger and hotter, okay? You're dating the 24-year-old and then the 18-year-old sister who still goes up 1 cup size every 3 months. She walks into the room. It's like, what am I doing here? Why am I with this chick when I could have that? And yet the 18-year-old never, ever unzipped my fly, came over and did that. Thought about it, it never happened. I have had a few close skirmishes with mother-daughter combinations. That has come, but even that has never followed all the way through. I have had some skirmishes. I've gotten close. Interest was expressed. Appointments were made. Nothing ever. Again, I'm one of those guys who years ago you'd read the Penthouse Forum, the letters to Penthouse Magazine, and I'd say, that stuff never happens to me. Don't get me wrong. Lots of interesting stuff has happened to me, and I'm not complaining. But, the going into an elevator or meeting a complete stranger and within 10 seconds her clothes off and she presses the stop button kind of thing, that doesn't happen to me. And they being with one chick while her sister comes into the room when your girlfriend or wife isn't looking, who comes and unzips your fly. Hasn't happened to me. Has not. It's quite the fantasy if you have a girlfriend or a wife with the right sister. Now, in this case, I want to talk about that people are married only. I don't want to talk people with girlfriend because you can always argue, hey, you're not married. No. This is something completely taboo. Taboo. You're married and you've got the whole family and you've got the family gatherings. You know, if you're dating somebody, you may never meet the family. You may never go over for Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's. You have no obligations family-wise, and, maybe your girlfriend's sister feels like, hey, you're only a boyfriend. You're not a husband or anything. So, you're married, and the sibling of the person you're with comes and does something like this. Inquiring minds want to know. The Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. That's your telephone number. Well, you got the email from John. John said that his wife's sister gave him a BJ, and his wife found out. Her sister told a friend who told his wife, and I'm wondering if this has ever happened to you, anything like this. With your male or female, has this ever happened to you? 1-800-5800-TOM. This is something I'm talking about that would be current or recent, not 100 years ago, okay? Angelo, you're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Angelo.
How are you doing, Dad?
Do you care, Angelo?
Of course I do.
I'm doing great.
Here's a good story for you. This happened last Thursday night. My wife has a twin sister, and she has another sister, which is about 5 years younger. Both the sisters have a rival against my wife. So what do? I bang both sisters at the same time.
At the same time?
At the same time, Tom. You will not believe.
How did this happen?
Well, I went up to visit them.
By yourself? Where was your wife when you went up there?
She was working. She works nights, of course.
Uh-huh. So you knew what was going to happen before you went?
I kind of predicted because I always look around and they're smiling at me and they always like to tease, and my wife gets kind of upset because when we're around together, they like to flirt, and my wife gets mad at me and this and that and that and this, but I really don't care.
And no doubt she's confided in her sisters that she has a problem with this. Okay, so you went up there on your own to whose place?
To my sister-in-law's house.
All right, and the two sisters were there?
And the two sisters was there, and we made it a blockbuster night.
How long did it take, Angelo, to get the job done?
It took about an hour altogether to handle both of them.
I mean, did they waste any time when you got there?
Not really. One of them was getting out of the shower. She just put on a robe, and she stepped out and said, hey, how you doing? Where's my sis? She's at work. Let's take care of business.
Just like that?
Just like that, Tom. And I'm telling you, oh, my gosh.
Now, you did the two sisters, were they in bed with you at the same time?
We were on the living room couch.
All three of you?
In the leather.
And did the two of them touch each other? That's what we all want to know.
Of course, Tom.
They did.
French kissed all around.
The two sisters French kissed each other?
Yes, they did.
While your wife was at work?
While my wife is at work making the money so she can hit a try.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Let me tell you, they had the sweetest, softest breath, just like ice cream. It's like sucking on an ice cream sundae.
Really? How old is your wife?
My wife, she is 30 years old.
And so she has a twin sister. And
twin sister.
How was the twin compared to your wife?
Oh my God, the twin's a little more quicker. A little more quicker to pull the trigger.
Really?
Yes.
So was she better?
A little more.
Hey, what about the other sister?
The other sister, she is 25.
And what was she like?
Wild and crazy, Tom. You will not believe it.
Did they in any way remind you of your wife? Like, did they look like your wife or anything?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the twin was saying, who's better? Who got it better, me or my sister? Tom?
There is a natural rivalry there between women, even when they're related.
Yes,
I mean, when I had the mother-daughter thing going, the mother was constantly asking the daughter if I liked the mother better. And then would, like, start lording it over her when she thought I did like the mother better. She'd go, yeah, he likes me better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the greatest, Tom. Take me out Kobe Bryant style.
Kobe Bryant style. Here you go, Angelo.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. I got the email from John. John's email said, Tom, my wife's sister gave me a BJ, and my wife found out. Her sister told a friend who told my wife. I get these letters from time to time. This has never happened to me. Has anything like this ever happened to you? Let's say hi here to Bill on the Tom Leykis show.
All right.
Bill.
Yes.
We're on the radio, Bill.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. My wife got pregnant, right? And she's a small woman. And she couldn't have sex after she had childbirth naturally.
Right.
So she sets me up with her sister.
Your wife set you up with her sister.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason for that was what?
Too.
Because your wife couldn't service you?
That's right.
So she offered you her sister.
That's right.
And is her sister older, younger, what?
No, she's definitely younger. And she knew I wanted her, too.
Mm-hmm.
So she set it all up. I don't know what she did I don't know what she said to her sister. But I was alone one night working late in my office at home. Her sister came in. We got it on. And we've been having sex ever since.
Really? And does your wife know about that?
She doesn't know that we're still having sex.
So your wife, did she have the baby?
Yeah.
But you're still having sex with her sister?
Yeah.
And who's better in bed?
I would say her sister.
Sister is?
Yeah.
Younger, hotter?
Younger, hotter, firmer, everything.
And better in bed?
It's all about the body.
Wow. And she doesn't care, not jealous of you being with her sister?
No, she doesn't care.
It's okay with her.
Yeah, I like it.
How often do you tap into that?
A couple of times a week.
A couple of times a week?
Yeah, she's talking about moving in with us.
Oh, how perfect. She could, like, babysit?
I told my wife those two ought to have sex together. That way I could watch.
Oh, that won't happen.
I know. She gets mad about that.
I bet she does. Bill, let me ask you a question. You're 35 years old. Have you ever heard of that happening to anybody else?
Not really. And I never thought it would happen to me. Not in a million years.
I mean, I hear these stories. You know what it's like to sit here and hear these stories about sisters unzipping your fly? Never has that happened to me. God, there are sisters I wanted very, very badly.
You know what, Tom? After it happened, I felt really bad about it. Because it's like, I know I shouldn't be doing this.
That's why it felt so good.
It was real.
When's the last time you had her?
A couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And where do you go for this?
In the house when my wife's not home. My wife goes to the gym.
Your wife goes to the gym, and you're not afraid she's going to come home early or something?
No, not really.
Wow. And did she ever put a time limit on this? Like, say, once I have the baby, that's it?
No. Her sister likes to come over, clean and cook and help out with the kid.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
So she thinks for that.
Well, she's certainly taking some of the burden off your wife. After having a kid, your wife probably, I don't know, doesn't want to put out postpartum depression, whatever.
Yeah, and who's better, her or her sister?
Who is better?
Like I said, her sister's better,
Sister's
man. But
better.
to my wife, she's the best, man. I'm not going to rock the boat there.
Oh. Wait. Her sister can't be better if your wife is the best. I think we're losing you there, pal. All right. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Jenny on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
All right, Jenny. How are you?
Good.
What's your deal?
What's my deal? Well,
You're married.
Yes, I am, and I had sex with my sister and my friend.
Your sister?
But yes.
You had sex with your sister?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Have you ever been with a woman before?
Yes, I have.
You have.
Yes.
How did your sister measure up?
She was the best of all.
Your sister was the best you ever had.
Yes, she was.
And
I'm
did
looking forward to the next time.
You are?
Yeah.
And you'd never been with your sister before?
No, I never was. He's the one that started it. He brought it up, so.
And you weren't going to stop it?
No way. No, I couldn't stop it. He wouldn't let me.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen to
I called
you.
him up.
You're getting all excited just telling me about it.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about the next episode.
Staying with your sister?
Yeah, it was good.
And her boyfriend?
Well, no, it was actually a good friend of mine.
Oh, a friend of yours?
Yes, a friend of mine.
And so how did this happen? I mean, how did it all start?
Well, it was him. He started with it, so he's the one that started, I guess, hitting her up, hitting me up, and he said, come on, you guys, come in here for a minute. And we just went for it.
And at first, it looked like it was going to be you and this guy and your sister and this guy.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything, but then he said, come on, are you game? And I said, I'm game if she is, but I don't think she'd go for it.
You know, guys fantasize about this all the time, but how often does it really happen that two sisters are in a lip lock?
Right. I agree, but we ended up tying him up.
Are you beat his ass?
Yeah.
Did your sister beat your ass?
No, then we beat her ass.
Then you both beat her ass.
Down on her.
I see. And what was that like? That's your sister you were doing that
My
with?
sister, that's right.
And it was good?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you should try it sometime.
I don't think I could do that with my sister.
Well, you would be surprised.
I'm not talking about whether I morally could do it. I don't think my sister's my type.
Well, it was good, and I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Really? When do you think that'll happen?
Probably in a couple days from now.
And your husband is blissfully unaware of this?
Oh, nobody knows about this, but us too.
Your husband knows nothing?
Nothing. I don't know. It would blow his mind.
And blow something. Thanks a lot for the call, Jenny.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. John wrote in to ask a question about a situation. It was a very simple email. It said, Tom, my wife's sister gave me a Hummer, and she found out. Her sister told a friend who also told my wife. Now, he wanted to know whether oral sex constituted an affair. We debated that during the Bill Clinton era. That's a dead issue, okay? That's really a personal decision, and it depends on how you and your wife define morality. But I get these emails, and I'm wondering, how common is stuff like this? How often does stuff like this happen? As I've said many times, there are times I wished it had happened, but it never has. I have to be honest. This never happened to me. Has it happened to you? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Renee on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom?
Just the ratings, Renee.
Oh, I see. Let's see. A couple months ago, I flew up to Hawaii to visit my dad. He just got married. So I met her. She's around my age. She's 22. Met her, went partying one night. Next thing you know, we ended up sleeping together.
You slept with your dad's new wife?
My stepmom. Yep. And a couple of days after, I met her sister, and I slept with her. But they didn't know.
Have you ever been with a chick before?
Not sexually. I've kissed a girl before, but I've never had sex with a girl before.
Whose idea was this?
Huh?
Whose idea was this?
We were drunk. I have no idea who started it. All I know is that it felt good.
It did. You liked it.
Yeah.
And your dad has no idea this happened?
No, I might go out there in a couple...
By the way, can you close the car door?
Yes.
Please. That noise is going to drive me nuts.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so I might go back up there, too.
The door is still open. Wait, stop. The door is still open? Okay.
No, it's open.
Now it's closed. Okay, good.
So, yeah, I might go back up there in a couple weeks.
Really? How far away does she live?
Who, my dad?
Yeah.
No, I flew up to Hawaii to visit my dad.
Oh, all right. So, and his wife lives there with him?
Yeah, they live in
And so you're thinking of going back to Hawaii to do this again?
I know I'm gonna do it again, but I'm not going over there to stay with him. I'm just gonna go visit my other relatives over there.
I see.
Yeah.
And does she ever get to L.A.?
She came down once, but we never met. We just talked on the phone.
You'll make sure to get together next time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Listen to you.
I
This
know,
is your
I know.
dad. Listen, this is your dad's wife.
I know. Man, alcohol, you never know what they're
Yeah,
going to
but all right, but now that you're not drunk now,
No, I'm not.
and you're telling me you loved it and you're going to do it again. Were you drunk when you were with your step mom's sister? Oh, she disappeared. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Daniel on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Daniel.
How's it hanging, my man?
Hanging right, Daniel.
Great, great. Last week was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. And I came home from work quite tired, quite late, and my sister-in-law was there, which is kind of unusual, but I didn't think nothing about it. And I asked her where my wife was at, and she said, well, she went to get your birthday present. All right, fine. So I went to bed. I went to bed, maybe about an hour or so later. My wife comes into the room. Well, at least I thought it was. And she does her, after I finished, I turned her over and I grabbed the back door. I thought, well, it's made that birthday, maybe I can get it. Never gives me her back door.
Uh-huh.
So I got the back door. Something right. So I didn't think nothing about it. I just kept on.
Were they bigger? Were the breasts bigger or what?
They were firmer.
Firmer.
It was firmer. It kind of threw me off for a second. So I finished. I turned on the lights because I was going to do something else to her. And there's my sister-in-law.
Oh, boy.
There's my sister-in-law. I proceeded to scream my head off. What the hell you doing? And I said, what are you doing? She said, well, she wants to go get your birthday present. Yeah. Well, her birthday present is over at Grandma's house. She's going to be late. So I figured I'd give you my present now. I said, well, thank you very much. She said, well, how long ago did she leave? She left about 30 minutes before you got home. I told her she ain't being back until the morning. I went and got the rest of my birthday present.
No.
I rode with her for another 3 hours, and I sent her home.
Was she married or anything?
Present. Yeah, I was married.
No, her. Was she married?
Oh, she was married. This is the best part. I mean, my sister-in-law is 10 years younger than her.
Uh-huh. So how old is your wife?
My wife is 28.
So her sister is 18.
She just turned 18.
Oh, how perfect is that?
And the reason why I know this is her birthday is 2 days before mine.
Really?
She just turned 18.
Wow.
So I kind of have a feeling she wanted me as her birthday present as well.
Wow. And so your wife never found out?
Well, she found out this morning.
This morning?
This morning.
How'd your wife find out?
Well, I got up this morning. I stood up in my bed, and she's standing over me and looking at me, hand on her hip. She got this look on her face that I wasn't quite familiar with. I said, what's wrong? She goes, these are not mine. I said, I know they're not yours. I said, and I know you ain't seen nobody. And I recognize the smell.
This was a pair of panties?
Right.
Uh-huh.
I said, you recognize the smell? I said, yeah, this is my sister. Why is my sister's panties on the floor on our bed?
How often does she sniff her sister's panties?
I have no idea. But that was my question.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't know what my sister's panties smell like. I'll tell you right now.
So I asked her, how do you know it's your sister's panties? I said, well, she's got this peculiar odor when she has sex with boys. I said, well, how would you know that? Well, I lived with my sister for quite a long time.
Uh-huh.
And she's been sexually active since you're 13. I go, really? I said, yeah, so I didn't know how she smelled after she had some. And you had some of her, didn't you? I said, well, you went out for your birthday present. I stayed home for mine. You told me?
What'd she say?
you better damn well say I was better than her. I'm walking out this door. And I said, well, I'll say this for you. I'll never get what I got from you like I got from her.
Yeah, you told him.
I told her straight out. I said, well, why are you risking me to walk out the door? I said, well, how long you know me to lie to you? Never. I said, well, I'm not going to lie to you now. That freaking effing bitch. And she jumped on the phone. I went to work, and I'm kind of not wanting to go home.
Oh, boy. You went to work. Now, you don't know what happened after that?
No.
So this just happened when? Last night?
No, last week.
Oh, last week. Okay.
And my birthday was last Friday.
Okay. That's my birthday.
So
okay.
I came down this morning.
Wow.
So I'm be home in about an hour and a half, and I know my wife is going to be sitting there waiting for me.
Well, you have to call us with an update.
And she always calls me at lunch. She didn't call me at lunch.
Oh boy.
And she always calls me, and she doesn't call for lunch, and she tells me why she didn't call.
You might have to do the sister again.
Yeah, I might just have to do that.
Yeah, you just might. Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Keith on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Hi, Keith.
Hey, I got to tell you that I did the daughter-mom scenario myself.
Right.
Basically what happened was we were down in California visiting her parents, and the parents got a new boat, and the wife was, she's an ex now, but the wife was sleeping, and Dad thought I should check out the new boat, but didn't have time to take me down there, so he sent me down there with the wife to check out the new boat, and tell you what, they party proper, so the boat was a freshly stocked bar, and after a couple of cocktails, it didn't take much to have her get naked there on the boat, and pretty much did the dirty there all afternoon.
Man.
Yeah, it was nice. Not a lot of effort, The lady was in her early 40s, big fake boobs, and she was a horn dog. She tore me up, I got to say. I mean, I was young, I could handle it, but I'll be damned if she didn't give me a run for my money all afternoon.
Wow. Where was Dad all this time?
Dad was actually at work. He headed out to the auto auction to, bring home the bacon for the day, and we kind of went out and did our thing all afternoon, so it was nice. It was a one-time thing. Probably could have happened again if I pushed it, but I figured, it was good once, and we should probably leave it at that.
What did Mom look like?
Mom was built a lot like the wife. She was tall, tall. She was 5'7", 120 pounds. She, just a couple years before that, had bought herself a new rack, so they were pleasantly plump and new and rock hard. So they were like 40 Ds or something.
Wow.
Not really no boob sizes or anything like that, but they were nice. And when she laid on her back, they just stood up and looked at me.
Oh, boy. And they said, get on top.
Yeah. So, hey, can you take me out with a bong hit and a gracias?
Here it comes, Keith. Gracias. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How you doing?
Okay, Mark.
I had to tell you, this was the best 50 minutes of radio ever.
Really?
This was totally wonderful. I couldn't work. Everything was just too hard. The only question I wanted to find out...
Everything was hard here, too, I'll tell you what.
The only question I wanted to find out was, were there any men that had sex with their uglier sister? That would get it down so I can go back to work.
That's a whole other show. Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. We're talking about the email that John sent in telling us that his wife's sister gave him a BJ, and his wife found out. Apparently, the sister told a friend who then told John's wife.